You think boredom is calm? Think again. That feeling of restless energy you can't shake? It's not peaceful silence. It's an alarm going off. And the moment you stop silencing it with your phone, you unlock your next great creation. Ask yourself this: why is being bored actually a problem? We all think of boredom as this super calm, placid, almost sleepy feeling, like a warm, empty bath. But if you actually stop and check in with yourself when you're bored, you'll realize it's the exact opposite. Boredom hurts. It's agitated. It's an energetic kind of anxiety. It's that feeling of intense restlessness you just can't shake, and it often comes with a low-key guilt that you should be doing something more productive. It's the constant buzzing in your head whispering, "Go, move, find stimulation." It's almost like an alarm going off, alerting you to an internal need. But instead of listening to what the alarm is telling you to fix, our immediate modern response is to just smash the snooze button with external noise. We go about fixing boredom entirely wrong. Imagine you're having a tiny panic attack, that fizzing, frantic energy, and some dude runs up and hooks you up to a machine that shoots a bunch of bright lights and loud noises at you to fix it. That would just suck, right? It would just amplify the feeling of agitation. So why do we do that to ourselves when we're bored? Our first response when we're feeling that restless energy, that agitated silence, is to reach for the nearest dose of high-octane stimulation. Scrolling through an infinite feed, mindlessly binging a heavily edited stream of content, checking notifications that don't matter, and generally trying to fill the void with something fast, loud, and fleeting. We are treating agitation with more agitation. But what if you didn't? Next time that buzzing starts, that feeling of, "I must do something now, try this," even though it sounds crazy, take a deep breath and sit with it. You don't have to meditate perfectly. You just have to give your body and your mind permission to stop searching. Lie down on the couch, stare at the ceiling, look out the window and watch the clouds move. Just don't act on the impulse for 10 minutes. Let the agitation run its course without giving it the sugar rush of your phone. You are essentially withholding the external crutch. And after about 10 minutes, something interesting happens. Your brain realizes, "Oh wait, no one is coming to save me. I have to find this stimulation on my own." Your internal engine finally has to kick back on, and guess what? It usually starts coming up with genuinely good ideas. Your brain starts listing things you've been putting off, hobbies you used to love, projects you vaguely wanted to start. When you remove the easy, immediate, and heavily engineered distraction, your mind is forced to create its own distraction. And 9 times out of 10, that internal creation process, that self-generated stimulation, will be far more productive, meaningful, and genuinely satisfying than any endless scroll. The paradox of boredom is that the minute you stop trying to end it, you turn that agitated silence into a creative platform. You're not trying to find something to consume, you're finally listening to what your mind is prompting you to create. This is the key to unlocking self-improvement and genuine creation. It's about taking that restless energy, that internal fizzing, and redirecting its incredible power. It's about realizing that boredom isn't empty. It's just raw, undirected energy waiting for an assignment. So, here's how we're going to kick this off. We need to replace the habit of reaching for easy consumption with an intentional activity that actually nourishes that restless energy. The last time you really sat down and read a book front to back was probably when a teacher forced you to in school. Let's change that. Our immediate response to restlessness is to seek stimulation, but we want to capture that energy and direct it somewhere useful. The easiest way to start is by replacing passive consumption with intentional consumption. First, let's be clear. Reading isn't inherently boring. You were probably just reading boring books. A good book can be what genuinely saves you from the infinite scroll. It's entertainment in its purest form, kind of like YouTube, but without the suggested video feed, or TikTok, but without the ability to swipe. It's a self-contained world. So, Ask yourself what you actually like to watch. Maybe it's anime or sci-fi thrillers or historical true crime documentaries. Well, there's absolutely a book for that. I'm not telling you to pick up Mice and Men again unless you genuinely want to. Pick up something that grabs your attention, something you might even want to watch a movie of later, and start reading. It's the perfect activity that harnesses your need for narrative engagement without the overstimulation. Next up, do some exercise. This one is simple, but honestly, one of the single best ways to redirect that restless boredom is to just get moving. Run. Do a workout. Or even just go on a brisk walk. That agitation you feel in your mind when you're bored is physical energy that needs an outlet. By moving your body, you're not trying to distract yourself. You're just channeling the energy into something positive. You often feel less restless after exercise, not more, and it makes sitting down for the next purposeful activity so much easier. Here's where we start getting into serious self-improvement. What's that one thing you've always wanted to learn how to do? Maybe it's how to skate, or play the guitar, or finally learn how to code a simple website. Well, now's the time to do that. Those few hours you're saving every day from the endless scroll, let's be real, it's easily an hour or two, are perfect for learning something new. Imagine this. If for the next year, you could devote just 1 hour every day to a new hobby, that's 365 hours by the end of the year. By the time you hit that milestone, 365 hours is easily enough time to get pretty damn good at whatever it is you chose. It's not about being instantly great. It's about the consistent, intentional investment of that idle time. So, choose that thing right now. Pick one skill, one hobby, and tell yourself that when the boredom buzz hits, this is the action you take instead of picking up your phone. You're trading a tiny dose of fleeting stimulation for a tangible personal upgrade. You now know that boredom is just raw energy waiting for an assignment. But turning that raw energy into consistent action can be tough. Maybe you know what you want to learn, but you just need the map to get there. If you're ready to trade the endless scroll for actual, visible progress, I've put together a daily blueprint for you. My new guide, 30 Days to a Better You, takes that hour of intentional action and breaks it down into simple daily steps. Stop feeling restless and start feeling accomplished. You can grab your copy right now by clicking the link below and start your 30-day journey today. The logic of that 1 hour of learning something new applies to every area of your life, especially your overall sense of purpose and direction. Let's spend a few more of those hours you've saved working on your purpose. Imagine the same simple math. You spend an hour a day working on a side business, volunteering for a charity you believe in, creating content, or just putting an extra hour into your studies. Well, by the end of the year, you might have something incredible. Something truly meaningful that you created, set up and ready to go. This is where you harness that restless energy and turn it into true momentum. It starts with asking yourself the fundamental questions about your path. You might have heard of the concept of Ikigai, the intersection of what makes life worthwhile. Ask yourself these 4 core questions. What do you love? What does the world need? What can you be paid for? What are you good at? Now, devote some of that newly freed up, intentional time to making those answers a reality. Even 30 minutes a day toward a passion project, a business idea, or a skill that aligns with your purpose is infinitely better than 30 minutes spent staring into the feed. You're building your future in small, consistent blocks of time. Next is another easy one. but it cuts right to the core of the problem of internal restlessness. Meditation. Meditation sounds boring, right? That's usually because no one ever explained it correctly. It's not about the time you spend in meditation, it's about the effect it has on you when you aren't meditating. Meditation is the practice that starves that inner voice. It helps stop the mind from constantly ruminating, spinning on anxieties, or obsessing over the next hit of dopamine. It gives you a profound feeling of presence, and when you are present, that nagging, agitated feeling of boredom becomes a hell of a lot easier to handle. You're simply less susceptible to the urge to escape. Even meditating just 5 minutes a day will have a huge impact on your life, gradually giving you the quiet ability to just sit there and be happy with nothing happening. Similar to meditation is journaling. For me, my journal has always acted as a kind of bridge between my subconscious and conscious mind. What I mean by that is, when you sit down and write, it helps you rationalize the things you're feeling and actually come up with solutions for them. It becomes a space for new ideas for things to do, visualizations and concrete plans for goals, and a place to vent stress without sending it out into the world. You truly can't get bored of a journal because it's always a reflection of your current mental state. Just sit down and write whatever's going through your head, however messy or stupid it sounds. There is real, clarifying power in the simple act of transferring your inner world onto the page. It's an exercise in self-understanding that boredom instantly turns into creativity. Now look, I get it. You are not always going to want to do all this high-effort stuff. A lot of the time, we reach for our phones because we're tired. We're mentally drained, and the idea of picking up a guitar or sitting in silence is just asking too much. And that's fine. You need to acknowledge that sometimes your brain just needs an easy break. The goal isn't to be a self-improvement robot. The goal is to stop feeding the restless energy with junk food. So figure out a few things you can do that are just pure, easy, low-effort fun for when you feel zero motivation to work on your purpose or your skills. I think a great replacement for the infinite feed for a lot of people is things like movies, documentaries, or podcasts. They still give you that same easy, passive consumption, but in a much healthier, contained way. They scratch the itch for narrative and engagement without setting you up for a loop of agitation. What I like to say is this: choose an activity that exists in a vacuum. Take a film, for example. You sit down, you watch it, and that's it. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. When the credits roll, it's over. There is no up next, no endless related comments, and no infinite feed designed to immediately pull you into the next, slightly louder piece of content. When you're done with it, you are done. It's the perfect example of intentional consumption. You chose the film, you watched the film, you concluded the task. You are in control of the experience from start to finish. You weren't accidentally pulled in by an algorithm designed to exploit your boredom. So, when that low motivation moment hits, when you realize you need a real break but don't want to fall into the scroll trap, ask yourself, how can I intentionally consume? Maybe it's listening to one full album, front to back, instead of a random algorithm-generated playlist. Maybe it's watching a full sports game instead of just highlight clips. Maybe it's a documentary about a historical figure. The key is choosing content that is finite and complete. It gives your mind a proper landing pad, not a launch pad into more distraction. We started this journey by talking about the agitated silence, that restless feeling of boredom. Now you know that feeling isn't a problem to be smothered. It's a powerful raw signal to be redirected. When that signal hits, you have a choice. You can let the algorithm redirect you to the feed, leaving you drained and agitated, or you can harness that energy and redirect it toward creation, learning, or intentional rest. Boredom isn't the enemy. It's the platform. It's the moment of silence when your internal GPS finally has a chance to tell you where to go. Manifest excellence, brother. I'm proud of you.